Hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. This is Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, the RPG Tourist Trap. Got it in one. Oh, yeah. Today we are three players. We have Jeff, Melissa, and Derek, otherwise known as Harlan, Crystal, and Truff. I'm sorry to say, Jeff, Rena, Melvin, and Derek will not be here today. It's sad. It's sad. Also, my chase today. So just a quick cover. I think I forgot to mention it when we were doing character creation. So just a little housekeeping. The prototypes in Cypher system would be the ciphers, which I think was mistaken. Players, you got 2 grit points for defeating the creatures in the disrupted water basin, and then you get an extra grit point for finding a new area, the new cavity that you discovered. So you have a total of 3 grit points. The way that we're using that is the audience can give dice, and 1 dice is 1 grit point, and 1 grit is a reroll. You can get to choose the better because this game is nicer than I am. They wrote that, so I have to say it. 2 grit points, you gain a skill for the short term, essentially the section of campaign we're in. You can spend 4 grit to gain a tool, prototype, special ability for that scene specifically. So a very short amount of time, but potentially very powerful. And then 5 grit is you gain sort of training in a skill. So you can, I'm actually willing to say training or specialty. Like you can bump it up from untrained to trained or from trained to specialty with 5 grit, if that makes sense. I'm willing to give that to you guys. All right. How are we all today? Now that I've just shotgunned you with a bunch of information.
Super. Thanks for asking. How you doing? Doing all right?
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah.
I'm remembering what I didn't do after last session that I was supposed to do, which was prototypes. You said that and I was like, oh, right. Oh, right.
So feel free to make sure you've got those cipher prototypes, whatever you do. If you use them, you can use grit to gain them back. The audience can give you a bunch of grit and you can just get more prototypes as well. I'm willing to do that. Okay, let's get ready to rumble as we have a monster truck rally to get back to. So, like about 2 hours ago, I had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting the only free lollygagging employees left on this 4th of July. They claim their names are Truff, KK, Harlan, and Crystal, but time will tell. We'll see. I've told them their new team name is Tourist Trap, and they need to go spelunking down into the orifice of the the PBSO, and deal with the vehicular collision between the Vive and a monster truck that decided to go down there for some reason. Last I heard, they managed to get down into the sand gullet, found some disrupted water basin creatures or something, dealt with them, and then they found the damaged dermal tissue leading to a brand new cavity, which we're going to have to document, of course. And, of course, there's a gaggle of brilliant tourists who have decided to wander around without any safety gear, and the monster trucks have been blasting music at full volume, which is definitely not going to attract other things. There's going to be so many incident reports after this. On the other hand, Team Awesome, otherwise known as Jeffrina, Melvin, Derica, and Yana, have been diligently working on repairing the communication relays that will allow us to talk through the resonant harmonics frequencies produced by the PBSO. They're going to make Anodyne proud. They'll be good employees. Well, lead supervisor daily report out. So, it is the 4th of July, 1987. about 6 p.m. in the evening. Not that you can tell since you're so deep down in this cavern. What do you guys think your characters would have been doing on this 4th of July, be it avoiding family or hanging out with family or some kind of celebration? What, maybe karate lessons?
Hey, it's a good thing you mentioned that actually, because Sensei Nick was having a barbecue for kind of little community barbecue in the strip mall where his dojo is, and that's what I was going to go do. Kind of meet some of the families, the fellow students and things, such. Drink a little beer, eat some wings, some burgers, some dogs. That kind of, not like actual dogs, like hot dogs and such. Yeah.
Of course, it's very good that you clarified that. We definitely would have been mistaken and thought the other one.
Yeah, I thought specificity, right? Kind of important. But that's what Boone would have been doing.
How about Crystal?
Yes. Well, so Crystal, she would have been like, most of the members of her family like had to work in some way, shape, or form on the 4th of July. And everybody knows that like if you want to get the real good deals on the fireworks, you get those like on the 4th of July or the 5th of July. So like her family has always kind of done like the thing where like they're the people on the 5th that are like letting off all the stuff, because like that's when like all the stuff then like goes on real big sale. So that would be what she was doing. So like 4th of July is kind of like everybody does their stuff, and like a lot of us are in like service industry or other stuff, and so we're like helping other people do their fun stuff because like somebody's got to like make the barbecue food and do all of like the other stuff. But the 5th of July is when our family has its fun.
Very good. And Truff, our friendly park ranger.
Yeah, so if Truff wasn't having to work, he would just be making appearances at like different friends' houses, get-togethers, parties, just check and see how everyone's doing, catch up, all that fun stuff. And that's essentially what he's about. It's just he likes to be the life of the party or at the party.
So all of you guys have these sort of long thoughts as you watch a gaggle of tourists descend upon you, all shouting their complaints at the same time, clearly unsupervised by any of the supposed VE drivers, or any other park ranger. No safety equipment. This is going to be a lot of incident reports. As you kind of look around, the area of the rescue site is a huge open cavity. Your flashlight and I believe you had an electric lantern can kind of illuminate the area, but it doesn't go enough to go all the way up to the ceiling. The air is very humid and lukewarm, and it smells a bit like sweat. The walls and ground are spongy and have a ruddy flesh hue with blue veins running through them. The cavity floor and walls, periodically you feel it under your feet shiver and rumble. And you can kind of hear it sounds kind of all around you, but a little distant still right now. And you can see beyond this, like a zombie horde gaggle of tourists that are coming at you, there's a Vive in the cavity. It looks clearly damaged, with the monster truck having smashed into the side of it. The access hatch is open, and several tourists are kind of, as I said, coming towards you at this time. So you hear things like, my arm's broken. Do you have the medicine? The medical. I need medic right now. And then another guy is like, I want, this is refundable, right? There was a vehicular accident down here. This seems like not part of the incident report. So, you know, and then you get, have you seen my children? So there's about, at a quick glance, 10 tourists coming at you. And then the monster truck couple are just headbanging in the distance.
Okay, yeah, if anyone's got like any kind of injuries or such, just come on over, form a nice line right here, orderly and such, and I'll make sure you're attended to. If you want to ask about like refunds, go ahead and talk to Crystal. I think she handles those. Yeah, there you go. Children, I think Truff's got a whole bunch of them, so he'll probably be nice and. Oh wait, no, that's me. Oh, damn, never mind. If you're hurt, come on over here.
So a woman comes up to you. She's got sort of her hair looks like it's gotten hit by a wave of static electricity. It's starting to come just unraveled and up. Natural vibrance of the world around her, and her arm is quite clearly broken. Her tibia looks like it's almost poking through her skin, and she looks like she's not happy. I don't know what happened. I need you to get something done about this. Ambulance? Can you get an ambulance down here?
Oh no, I don't think you're gonna need no ambulance. I can take care of that. It's your arm's broken, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, it's not broken. Let's not go making, judgments or nothing. I once thought, I broke my tailbone. It turns out I was just really constipated. So, it could be a lot of different things. So let me go ahead and just, let me take a quick look, and I'll see if I can figure out what's wrong.
Sure. And you want to give me an intelligence roll? Let's.
Sure.
I think it's going to be like a difficulty. Hold on, we're at the table. Difficulty 1, really, because it's quite obvious.
Okay, I have healing and I have a first aid kit, so
yeah.
I feel like so do you still want me to roll? Because it would. I think you can reduce to 0.
Oh,
I'm not sure though. I think so.
Yeah, you're experienced enough. The issue, the injury, there's no question what it is. As long as you have the resources, then you can definitely just start working on her arm.
I'll just go ahead and get you a sling for it. Put a little dirt inside of it. Let me tell you something.
What?
Dirt? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's special dirt. It's special healing dirt from the mountains, the Himalayas, from the monks of Tibet. They're definitely gonna. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yep.
I feel like I now want an intelligence roll to persuade this person of what you're saying. I'll throw it in a medium. So let's say it's 3. It's demanding. It's a 9.
Okay.
I mean, this seems believable. If you're soaking in pools of unknown fluid, dirt probably can do something.
I didn't even want to be here. I wanted to be at home. I wanted to just do my same routine.
I'm just going to cut you off right there. I do physical thing. I ain't no therapist or nothing. That's what I go to karate for. So I don't really want to hear your problems.
Okay. Intelligence. I'm just going to let it rip. I don't care.
Go for it.
Go. 16. Okay, there we go.
All right. There you go.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, if Tibet you say, okay, totally.
Yeah.
As long as it'll help. Monks and everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, we imported it special, just for such an occasion.
Okay, brilliant. So while Harlan is doing that, I'm just going to list off some of the complaints that you can hear, and Crystal and Truff, you can see if any of them you want to engage with, or if you want to try to ignore this tourist board, which I think is going to be a speed check to circumvent them and get to the VEV. But you hear, it's hot, and where are my kids? You hear, I can hear the voices again. You hear the euphoria is back almost. Wait, I need to go back to the Vive to get something. You hear, when are we going to see some of the awesome animals in the pit? Do we have to go? Oh, sorry, actually, you do not hear that one. She's not here right now. You do hear, did anyone think to bring food or even water? Out of Truff, Crystal, and Harlan, who do you think is the best looking? For absolutely no reason that I need to know this.
I know Harlan has an interesting face, apparently. I don't know if I would say he is attractive, though. His face has character, but he ain't attractive.
Right. There's Harlan.
Crystal thinks She is. Well, actually, no.
Oh,
hold
here's
on,
the
hold on.
thing.
One of my skills was that I have pleasant social interactions if lighthearted or self-deprecating. So Crystal definitely doesn't think that she is.
She doesn't think she is, but charisma is rolled into int, and you're an engineer, which means you probably have high int.
I do. I have 12 int.
And
Truff?
what's Truff?
Truff?
What's Truff?
Do you want
looking
to
like?
claim most attractive?
Most attractive at this
No,
party?
I think Truff is just like really friendly. Like I don't think that's anything Truff thinks about. He's just more interested in like, what can I do for you, without coming across as like
Okay.
a pyramid scheme seller.
Then I believe Crystal is about to have the most, well, for her, it's going to be awkward. For the person, it's not going to be. So Crystal, a sort of 22, 23, younger adult kind of like comes and saddles up to you, and she's got like this blonde hair. She's wearing a tight blue shirt and some jeans. Well, what took so long for all the attractive people to show up at the accident site? Seems to have a thing for emergency response people.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know what you were saying, but you have arrived. And so there you go. However long it took you to arrive is how long it took.
Wow. How often did you come here?
Well, ma'am, I work here. So I come here on a very regular basis. I mean, not like right
so I
here,
can always
right
find
here.
you out here?
But I work here.
Mhm.
Well, see, I am an engineer, and so I am not one of the ones that does the tours
Where
or
would you
kind of
say is the best place to eat around here?
Oh, well, absolutely. And so she.
Oh, great. So you're going to
Joe's-
take me there? Oh, that's so kind of you.
Well, and she's like looking around at the like person saying that they lost their children and the other things that are going on. Well, I would absolutely recommend that you check that out at a later time. But I must tell you,
Yeah.
and she's gonna, and now the name just like went right out of my brain, but I'm gonna assume that she's like dyed blonde, and she's gonna like name the shade and be like, see me, and she's gonna like, I'm a 5'8"
so
but I think
smart.
you are a 5'8", I do believe, but lips are sealed.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm Sarah. So pleasant to meet you.
I'm Crystal. Very nice to meet you. I don't have a lot of food on me, but I am
Oh,
always
that's okay. You're
full of bubblegum
plenty
if
to
you
eat
are
by
interested.
yourself.
You know what? You hold that thought, but I hear that chewing some gum will help you sometimes if you're feeling a little bit hungry. So here you go.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely. I'm gonna. You know what?
Crystal,
you
you've
should
got a new
just
friend following you around.
sit your pretty little head right here, because I heard that there were some missing children, and I do believe that we would both agree that that is a very important task to attend to, right?
Honestly, between you and me, when she says missing children, I'm thinking this is more like there were two 15, 16-year-olds, you know?
Well, then maybe I will leave that for someone else to attend to. I would not want to interrupt anyone's 4th of July festivities.
Hormones, you know how it is.
And she kind of looks around at the state of things. On second thought, though, it might still be nice to lay eyes on them and make sure that they are safe, given the catastrophe that we are surrounded by.
So I'm willing to...
when sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to give Crystal an out. If you have an out, go for it.
Truff is going to start calling out, in addition to like what Harlan is shouting out, of like, hey, everybody, like, if you're not actively injured or in the middle of like a medical crisis, we don't do mental health here, unfortunately. But if you're having a medical crisis, talk to Harlan. Everyone else with your urgent stuff, come talk to me. And then he'll kind of be like, seeing Crystal look kind of bewildered, he'll be like, hey, Crystal, since we came down here in a pretty unique way, do you think that V might be able to be repaired so we can get these folks back on up while we get their stuff kind of written down here?
And Crystal looks at you with this sort of like relief on her face, because she is not like tourist facing job here. And so she is like, Truff, my word, you are just so daggone smart. You are absolutely right. I should. And then like while you're still there, she's scooching around you and like, I should absolutely check that out. And then she's going to turn around. Sarah, it's very nice meeting you. Don't forget to check out Joe's. Bye.
Oh,
She's like,
well, we can squeeze into the Vive together later.
perhaps.
Ruff just starts calling out more and more to give like the booming call out to please, like come toward me,
Yeah.
happy to help out, keep
So
this
you
moving along.
escape her grasp. Truff, she's giving you like a death glare right now.
Perfect.
Unfazed.
All right. So we'll deal with Crystal heading to the Vive. Truff, did you want to talk to anybody? There's two sort of older gentlemen that seem to be talking about money in the corner as well. Or you can go try to find the children who have escaped. They are teenagers, as revealed by Sarah.
So one thing I wanted to ask was, like, so are food and water something that we're going to be worrying about in this adventure at large? Because I heard somebody asking about food and water. So is this something I
Yes.
could freely like hand out, like as, oh, I have an extra bottle of water, please help yourself kind of thing? Or is that something I would need to have on my sheet?
Not necessarily. Remind me, what kind of like skills do you have right now?
Control the field, which no, that's combat.
Mm.
Friendly help is one of my abilities.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have something like friendly help, then I would say, to your knowledge, just as your class, you know that normally tour groups are sent down with little bits of water and little bits of food, but the tours aren't supposed to last all day. And certainly you're not so far down. If you can get this car fixed, that you should, it's not going to take you that long to get back up to the surface, even if you have to find a different path. The danger is more the creatures down here. The time frame, this person probably wants food and water, but they're not starving or dehydrated and such.
Gotcha. Okay, so then it'll probably just be like a, hey, like we're working on this as quickly as we can kind of placating thing. And then it seems like the person that's hearing voices, that's concerning, but we don't do mental health here. All of us don't, like, we do that in our, two of us do that in our real lives. We're not doing that here. So I will, I guess, ask about like the children last seen. Are they related? Whatnot.
It's so nice to meet you. My kids were, my daughter, she's about 15, and she took off somewhere. I think she's with another little teeny bop somewhere around here. It's really hot, but my name's Pamela, by the way. Do you happen to have any eyeline on them? I've never been here before. It's quite cavernous and dark in here.
Hi, you said Paulina was her name?
Pamela.
Wow, I misheard that entirely. Pamela.
It's all right.
Hi, Pamela.
The accent's a little hard, I know, a little thick.
My name's Truff. You're looking for a light. Unfortunately, I really only have some Can I say I have emergency glow sticks? Really, the only thing I have are night vision goggles. I would not give those to her.
Yeah, you probably can have some emergency like glow,
or even like pull them out
really
of the
do very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just wanted. Okay, well, if I can follow you around, then we can use your flashlights for the one and my daughter.
Oh, so I'm more than happy to. Do you have what was she last wearing? I'd like to keep the remaining guests here in the same area because the more heads we lose track of, the harder it'll be to make sure we have everybody when we're ready to like go back up. So I totally, I hope you can know that you can trust me with your child's safety. I take this very seriously. Like happy to help, but I do need you to stay like near the vehicle just so we don't lose more folks.
I'll do the same as what I did with Jeff. Give me a persuasion, difficulty 3, so 9 or higher.
Can I arm wrestle her to convince her?
No. No.
Okay. So, okay.
Interesting approach.
So, sometimes I see people do it in the break room to like settle things socially. We're just going to rip it.
Very good.
Oh, okay. I made it.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, I guess if you can go fetch her. I'll head back or a little bit closer to the Vive. I'm still looking around a bit because this is a new place for me.
Yeah, it's totally understandable. Please feel free to. Yeah, as long as you're near the group, probably don't go more than like 30 feet away, just for your safety. I still need that description of your daughter, what she was wearing, where they were last seen, like which general area.
Well, you know the band Tears for Fears. She's wearing one of their band T-shirts and then a little bit of them Acid Wash jeans. My accent's completely changed now. There we go. I think I got it back.
Okay, and was she at the back of the vehicle when you guys got out of it, or near the front?
She just I turned around and then she was gone. Really lick a split like.
Okay. Yeah, Truff will try to keep everybody corralled, give them assurances, and then, of course, and he's going to try and look for tracks or signs of teenagers absconding.
Sure. Roll me tracking. I'm going to call this an int. We're going to say this is, and this cavity has this squishy, spongy sort of flooring, but as you step, it leaves only footprints for maybe a couple of seconds before it sponges back up into place. You can definitely look on the other side of the vehicle. I'm going to say this is a challenge rating 4. This is difficult. This is still just one cavity zone, so 4. Which is 12.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything that could possibly help me in a situation like this.
Go for it.
I got some bubble gum if that can help you.
Just before I do this roll, I want to check the most obvious. I don't know why they would do this, but there's a pretty good clearance under the V between the two rotating drill-like appendages. So I'm just going to look under there to see if there's anyone under it.
Ooh. Yeah, sure. Give me an int check. I'll say this is you're right, it has pretty good clearance. Just it's a difficulty 6 right now.
Difficulty 6 meaning I need like an 18?
Oh, sorry. Difficulty 2 for a 6, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was reading the target number. I apologize.
Okay, no worries.
Oh,
I got it just exactly.
You look under. You're not seeing anything. You're right. There's good clearance. There's a lot of dark shadows under here, but it looks as you would expect. You see safari painted across the side of it. It's large, white. The Andoran, that's not the right word. Anodyne symbol is just like big right next to the safari. I did a Star Trek word. But it doesn't appear that they're there.
Gotcha. Okay, so then now I'll do the one that I need a 15 to succeed on, correct?
Yes. So this would be I put it at difficult, so it's only a 12.
Okay. And it's was it spend 2 to reduce it by 1? Like 1 level, I mean?
Yes, we're talking about the
or actually
intelligence
would you have your edge
spends.
I was about to say I don't have my edge in, so it'd be 3.
So it'd be 3.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll just try and gamble on getting a 12 or greater. Oh, gambling succeeded.
Oh, all right. That would
Nat
be
20.
a natty 20. So you look at this cavity. You look at the group of 8 tourists. 2 of them clearly absconded somewhere. These are teenagers. You go and look behind the vehicle into the far dark cavity furthest point from all of the adults. And you head straight for it. Are you wearing your night goggles right now?
Yeah, just so I don't at least draw attention to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like if there's animals or something out there, I don't want to be like, "Oh, come get me!" Like,
oh, I see. So not using light source, instead using night vision goggles. Okay. That context makes more sense. Otherwise, random person walking around night vision goggles does draw attention.
So as you kind of like walk into this darker zone, you see sort of 2 girls. You see 2 girls. One of them has one of those old like watches where you click it and the green light will appear. And she appears to be using that to like look around. Your night vision glasses, are they infrared or do they give you just like, does it tell you? If not, we'll just say that it gives you like,
it says
colorless
reasonably
vision.
accurate vision in complete darkness up to 330 feet or 100 meters for the non-freedom places.
What is this anyway?
Stupid internet joke.
No, so I'm going to give you color. I don't think your night vision glasses give you color, but
No, they wouldn't. It's going to be a searing green, absolute, just wrecking my retina.
But I'm remembering those watches with the light on them, though, for sure.
So these two girls look to be about 15 or 20. One of them's got sort of short, dark hair that's wearing this Tears for Fears t-shirt, and the other one seems to be a bit tan, and she's got this long, sort of reddish hair, and they're sort of tilted over, and they're looking down, and you see probably something that you're a park ranger. I'll give you a roll for it in a second here, but what you don't see is the color. These appear to be a sort of a family of mushrooms, this peach pale top, and the fins underneath this dark purple, like fleshly cut muscle right before it starts to bleed. Just that dark purple. And they're looking at these mushrooms, and you see them sort of like, they seem to be holding some sort of tool that they may have gotten from the Vive, like a screwdriver or something, and it looks like they're getting ready to poke it.
Hey, whoa, hi there, Park Ranger here. Let's not poke the fauna and the
They
life
scream
here.
as you suddenly appear in the darkness. Actually,
Okay.
You don't appear in the darkness because you're wearing night vision glasses.
Yes, good. Listen to the voice. Do not touch this.
And throw the screwdriver at you.
That's fine.
Jesus fucking Christ, what you doing here? Man.
So there was an incident that happened, and we're trying to get all the people grouped up, and you guys wandered off, and it's super cool you want to explore, but there can be some things here that are not so cool toward you, and it's always important to have park professionals or trusted adults nearby. So I got to have you come back with me toward the vehicle.
We just needed a place to be alone. It's all right. And the girl with the red hair then kind of looks at Carmen, who's the girl with the Tears for Fears shirt, and then Ella is the girl with the red hair, and Ella will go, well, yeah, but this fauna is supposed to be unique to South Africa, but it's here, and we're in the pit, so we got to explore, and maybe we can detour to the Gastric Sea, and we could go down that tunnel that's like 10 feet up in the air over there.
I'd be happy to get all this stuff set up for you, given that your current trip's already kind of gone off the rails a little bit. I'm sure that the company will be happy to kind of refund you, or we can set up a customized experience for you where you want to do all these things. So I think we could definitely do that, but we got to do it in a safe vehicle, with family or friends, whoever you came with. We got to do it as a group because it's not safe to just be 2 or 3 people out here.
Okay, but like it's not in my PBSO guidebook. These mushrooms are new, so we got to do the scientific thing.
Yep, but we got to do that with the right equipment, which we don't have. So we got to go back to the vehicle.
Give me this one. These are teenagers.
I argue teenagers at least 2 times a week. You cannot out-argue me.
I'm gonna make this a challenge rating 5 persuasion.
Okay.
Oh.
Good thing I didn't spend those points earlier. So if it's
Yeah.
challenge 5, that's 15. I could drop it down to a 12.
I do remind you, you guys can do, so you get 4 rests in a 24-hour period. The first one only takes an action, and then you roll a d6 and add your tier level, which is 1 right now. So it's a d6 plus 1 to sort of re-add points into any of your sections, or you've got the Heartthrob Cola, which is just a straight d6, and then your next rest is going to cost an hour.
Okay, so if I wanted to reduce it by 2, it'd be 3 for the first reduction, and then would it be 4 for the second reduction? It goes up by 1?
I think it's just 2 for the second.
Oh,
could be wrong,
okay, it's the other way. I thought for some reason it costs more to reduce it additionally.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and my PDFs are on the wrong pages because I was looking up other things.
I'm just good.
Pull up the quick. We'll see if we get the quick guide.
But yeah, they're pouting at you, and one of them is trying to like do shooing motions. Like,
I'll reduce it by 2, and for now, I'll
Mhm.
temporarily drop my intellect down to 3 of 8. So
Sure.
I'd be spending 5 total, and then I'll have to hit a 9. So fingers crossed.
If you fail at with an 18, now I will say, yes, you've gotten the attention of Ella, who is fascinated by all things PPSO. So, specialty tour. You promise your word. You'll one-on-one. We can go to all of the gastric pits and the rest, like the whole park.
Oh
And we
yeah,
can see
they
the
love me up in the
creatures.
offices. I think that given the situation that happened, is probably don't get me off my flow.
Don't push it.
Given the situation that's happened, I think this will be pretty understandable. And we'll do the best that we can to accommodate everything, so long as those areas are still open to the public right now. Because we are doing some expanding right now, so some areas are closed down. But yeah, happy to talk about it.
Okay. And the other Carmen will kind of just like roll her eyes, roll her shoulders, just pouts at you for having taken away like her alone time, but they will follow you back towards the vehicle. So you guys have gotten 3 of these passengers back towards the vehicle. Let's roll back to Harlan now. Harlan, as you are kind of like sitting there, not moving, other than helping this injured person, you hear kind of next to you, "Oh, if you work here, then you must hear the voices too. It's so nice to just feel and be at one with the pit. Do you use stones? What gems do you think resonate the best? Oh, it's vibrating just for us right now," as the floor rolls and like there's a reverberation around the cavity.
Well, that ain't good. What do you mean voices? Yeah, what do you hear? Like the intercom or something? That
Oh
what you hear?
no! When I first saw a picture of the PBSO, I knew that it was calling to me and that I needed to come here so that we could stand in unity. And she'll like
Yeah.
look to a man next to her. Lee as well. He feels the euphoria of this place, though not the voice, sadly. But he says it's lessened, so we have come here so I may commune and he can feel euphoria from the pictures of the PBSO once more.
Hey, do you like feel this kind of stuff when you're not here, like not in the pit?
Not
at
as strongly.
home?
This is like I am in the center of the world. This is amazing.
Yeah, that's so you need to commune with like the orifice or something. And what is that gonna do? You're gonna like ascend to some sort of like polyp or whatever? What's gonna happen?
Oh, the end. Maybe ascension would be lovely with the orifice. I merely wanted to be here with it, and I know that it would never hurt me or send anything to hurt me.
Oh no, it definitely would. Like it would definitely hurt you and like
not the way it
try to
speaks to
smother
me.
you. Well, it's a complicated relationship. It might not like think it's trying to hurt you, but like it's kind of doing it anyway, kind of thing.
An
Yeah.
accident, but with me here in its presence, I'm now able to speak with it and it knows exactly where I am. Isn't that right, Lee?
Nice.
And Lee is like kind scratching himself behind her, looking back and forth a bit jittery. We can feel the euphoria again. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're definitely feeling it. Yeah. Okay, so are you all done with the euphoria now? You feeling like you euphoria'd out?
I could take another hit. Yeah. You got more?
Okay. Do I? No. I am not gonna fall for that again, Human Resources Department. Not this time.
I expect Harlan to be like, I am queen of body.
Nope. After I got excused from the Sears and Roebuck. Nope. Ain't gonna happen
Yes,
again.
I thought you had your opened third eye. Such a beautiful soul. You must also enjoy communing with the mystery flesh pit so much. Does the orifice open and speak to you as well?
No, not really. Doesn't really talk to me. We're not really on speaking terms. I guess like I kind of understand what you're saying. Like because I got this guy like this. I got my own like oracle. That's kind of what it sounds like. You kind of come here, you kind of look around, you kind of get this bit of wisdom and such. Like makes you feel better. For me, it's the dojo. Though it ain't here. Maybe it's just because I work here, so it just kind of feels like the mundanity of it all. It's kind of banal to me now. But like
your center has shifted.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It does shift. Sensei Nick says one of the reasons I keep losing in sparring is because I can't balance my weight appropriately. Like I'm off kilter, off center.
Definitely something that you need to work with. The PBSO, the rolling and vibrating here can only help you with your center and your rebalancing of self.
No, I'm pretty sure like that's like going to explode or something pretty quick. So we probably should like go and extract that or something.
I was like, as you've been having this conversation with these two, Becky, her arm now in a sling, is like creeping away. I'll go back to the car now. You got this.
Yeah, I got this. Hey, what? Never mind. Don't even tell me your names. I remember. No, it's all good. Listen, if the flesh pit wants me to remember your name, then I am sure it will.
That's
it will
fair.
Inform me of it.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
It does.
I'm gonna go ahead.
So much.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little secret. Like one of the ways that like I'm a part guide here, so like I kind of know all the secrets.
You're so in tune, even with your center slightly off.
Yeah, it's a little off center. It's not crazy off center. I mean, let's not. I'm still.
It's a little far. It's a little far.
All I'm saying is like you want to really kind of like feel like everything that the flesh pit has to offer.
Yes,
like, you really want to feel
this new cavity.
Here's what you got to do. You got to get down, like you got to like belly flop. You just kind of got to like, it's like you're doing like a snow angel, but you got to do it face down, like right on a nice fleshy part.
There, that sounds like a wonderful. And she'll kind of like face plant and start to feel in on the sponginess. Oh, this is wonderful. You hear kind of muffled.
You got that.
And Lee, the Euphoria guy is just like, yeah. So
what's up?
Dark corner over there. Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna go over here.
Are you consuming some tasty treats
of the flesh pit with Deborah? You can do. You don't. This is like a difficulty 0. He's clearly lying to you right now. Yeah, he's probably on something.
Okay.
A history enough to recognize this.
Yeah. Hey, Lee's your name, right? Okay,
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something here. What was it that you consumed? Like, did you do it recently? Like, is it like, are you on the down slope or are you on the ride up?
Okay, roll me. I'm just going to see how much he gives you. Give me another int check persuasion with this one will be like a 5. This will be a 15. It's more challenging to see how much he gives you.
Yeah, this is definitely not what I'm good at.
You just roll it and see what he tells you.
Yeah. Let's give that a go. That's a 9. That's not good.
Yeah, like just the normal stuff. Totally like cocaine. Definitely just cocaine, normal stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's fine. Like you didn't like consume nothing from down here or nothing, did you?
No.
Yeah, because if you did, I mean, we've had a lot of reports about strange mutations. Like, like people like In man,
Yes,
it usually like manifests as like a shrinking of the testicles. You know, it's like makes them nice and tiny. So I sure hope you didn't go ahead and consume nothing down here.
Best safety video ever.
Well, they're already small.
Okay, well, I mean, stuff can get smaller. I'm just saying. Like we even had a couple reports where they just kind of. You ever seen a Ken doll before? Yeah, that's the after image. The last time we dealt with one of these sorts of situations. So like, I can help you, but like, you gotta let me know. Like, the sooner I can intervene, like, the more we can make sure you don't turn into Kent.
Look, I'm just here for the euphoria. It's all good. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, okay, Benny, you're all right. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. So you got Deborah face planted on the ground, just enjoying the flesh pit in the sponge.
Yeah.
Lee seems to be twitching over towards a darker circle. You've got 4 people back to the Vive. You also now go to Crystal, who is looking a little bit closer at this thing. Crystal, as you get towards it, you see, let me see here, that the Vive has its hatch open. You can see that it appears to be lit from the inside. There's clearly power. You notice that obviously where this monster truck has hit it, there is how much do you know about cars? I know you're an engineer, but how much do you think your character knows about the actual vehicles in the park?
I mean, my pappy and grandpappy taught me how to change oil on a car long before I was able to get behind the steering wheel, by which I mean like age 5 versus age 9. But, you know, that answer your question, Ms. Game Master?
It does. Give me a level 5 intelligence check about the Vive. And because of that, I'm going to make it a 4. Sorry, because you just said that. I'm happy to take RP as a reduction. Begging is a way of getting it reduced.
So I have. Okay, so I am on the monster truck, not the Vive at the moment, right?
Oh no, I assumed you're at the Vive. If you're at the monster truck, we can
perfect.
Totally
okay,
shift.
That's what I thought, and then the car threw me for a second. So I have anodyne technology repair as a trained skill.
Perfect. Then that brings it down, so we're at a 3.
Okay, and you said intellect, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna just roll it. Oh no! Oh damn!
Okay, so now here's the thing. I gave you guys 3 grit. It is a 1. I did give you 3 grit. If you wanted to use one of your grit to reroll for this.
So, one second. So I do have dumb luck.
Oh.
Which it doesn't necessarily have to be rolling a 1, but you tell me if this kind of works or not. So it's a GM intrusion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get awarded any grit for it. If it happens, 50% of the time, my clumsiness works to my advantage rather than hurting you. It helps you or hurts your enemies.
Okay.
Is this a time that we can call this that is 50-50, whether I somehow fall, but exactly where I need to go?
Sure. So let's give you that 50-50. I guess we'd just do evens and odds, or do you want to re-roll again?
No, like I'll take where this went, so it's just a straight 50-50.
Okay.
I don't know narratively, like if I would be back in time to help Crystal with my friendly help. I know it's an option we can rely on for if they try a task and they fail.
Let me think here. So we did Bone, and then you guys did Sarah, and then you did teenagers. I'd say, yeah, you're probably, the teens were on the other side of the truck. You're coming back through towards the Vive to get to the rest of the people. So you can be back, yes.
Okay, so if you wanted to, Crystal, you could take the friendly help, which is your friend tries a task and fails, they can try again without spending effort if I help you. So even if I'm not trained in the task, I'm still able to do this.
But if you want to do the gamble, I'm happy to play 50-50.
Yeah, and this may be kind of a little bit kind of different anyway. So I'll take that, and so then I'm re-rolling the intellect
Okay,
and see what happens.
go for it. 14.
That's much better. 14
Perfect.
beats difficulty 4, and I think it was a 3 was my target.
Yes, yeah. It started at 5. You had the sort of nice little backstory, and then you had the anodyne repairs. So it was a 3. So yes, you're fine.
Awesome.
So looking at this, clearly you know exactly what's wrong. This Vive has obviously now had a misalignment of its chassis because of the monster truck. Now, normally most cars can't fix it. You know that you can just get in there with that nice hammer. And these guys, the material they're made with is some sort of bioengineered material where you can almost like a bone, break it and realign it. However, it just fixes itself. So it's not a permanent thing. It reabsorbs. It's like a fast healing of its own vehicle.
Well, this is so. I mean, there is nothing like working on a good old Chevrolet, but there's something to be said for these machines just kind of fixing themselves. Thank you for that assist there, Truff. Much appreciated. She's going through her bag. I have a bag of heavy tools and light tools, so she's got what she needs to get this axle realigned.
So I will say with your earlier intelligence roll, you can just continue that. You know what's wrong, and you remember all the things your grandparents have told you. You get under there, and everybody can start hearing this kind of hammering sound as Crystal just starts to work. All
Get
right.
this fixed up in no time.
Truff, I will actually sort of show you guys. Also, you do know, there we go. I just added this a little bit earlier, but that's just so you have an idea. So the Vive, which has Safari and then the anodyne symbol, it is probably roughly like 10 feet tall. It has these 2 large screws instead of wheels that go along the whole thing like a tank. And it's got a hatch at the top that you can clearly see is popped and how the tourists got out. Everything kind of looks good other than what Crystal is working on for fixing it. So you can kind of see light coming out of it from the interior. This thing usually, actually all of you guys would know, this usually fits 8 tourists. But with these 2 teenagers, you know you have at least 10 tourists here, and then you have the 2 people from the monster truck that are kind of just having a party over there as well. So spacing is going to be interesting, but also it shouldn't have fit as many people as it did.
Yeah, it sounds like right off the get-go, if it was 8 tourists and 2 teens at 10, that's 2 beyond max capacity, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is very against safety regulations.
Only if you care about safety.
We already have to do so many incident reports. I don't want to have to know this.
Don't gotta fill out incident reports for fatalities.
I will say, Truff, already you know this is looking at what Crystal is doing. Yeah. Looking at what Crystal is doing, you already know this is going to be damage to company property AZ number 345, that document. Your earlier fight means that you're going to end also that opening in the cavern, means harm towards the PPSO 1060. The cutting of or bruising flesh walls. Clearly there's a hole from that monster truck. You know that you're going to have to fill out form mandatory incident report from someone falling or getting hurt, which is clearly the tourist who broke her arm. Oh, there's so many documents, and you're just like remembering all the forms that you're going to have to do while you look at this open hatch. You hear a few other people. Harlan seems to be having fun with a lady who just talking about voices and seems to have convinced her to pancake on the floor.
That sounds like excellent medical care to me. It sounds like we've got 8 people in the direct vicinity, even though one's hiding in the corner. I thought he was a voyeur at first, and that's why he wanted to go to a dark corner. That was weird, but now it makes more sense. It's drug related.
He just needs his next fix.
Yeah.
I guess being the helpful little lad that he is, Truff would want to get the
You haven't
occupants of
seen the
monster
driver
truck?
yet, by the way. There's
I
no
was, yeah, the
driver.
pilots or the tour guide, right?
Yeah. You have not
Yeah.
seen the tour guide / driver of the Vive yet.
Yeah. He's got 2 thumbs. And he's pointing them at himself right now.
I mean, the original one that went and drove it down here.
Yeah,
You mean the one that got it crashed? Okay.
Yeah, that one.
got crashed into, possibly. Truff will call out to Harlan. Hey, Harlan, do you think you could find the pilot that was operating this Vive? I got to get these 2 monster truck maniacs back with the group so we can try and get going. It looks like Crystal's getting some good work done. We should be able to get out of here.
Okay, so the 2 monster truck enthusiasts are the drivers that drove their monster truck down here. That would make it 12 people that might be trying to cram in here.
15, 16 if we're including KK, if you also count the 4 of us. But I'm assuming we have to get our own way out.
KK is standing around. KK, okay, here's what we'll do. KK, you see her, she's kind of got this vacant look as if her soul is currently missing for some reason, and there's no personality there that should be there piloting her. And seems to be dealing with 2 guys. One of them is kind of talking about a refund, and the other one seems to be hedging in towards how would you do your operations, and how much does this cost? And if someone were to make their own, how much do you think it would cost to start up? So she's dealing with like the 2 really annoying tourists in this group, but it's okay because she's currently lacking her soul in which to care.
I was going to say, it's a customer service mode of operation. You just follow.
Just associate.
You just disassociate. Yeah. We've all done service jobs. All right, so you want to head towards the monster truck drivers. All right.
Yeah.
So you see like 2 guys that are ripped jeans, ripped shirt, huge logo on their front and back, probably a little bit of deckling from like Coors Light and beer. Can you tell I'm not a beer drinker?
Can you go specific in general?
Molson Ice.
Hey, there's a Molson.
Canadian beers like moonshine.
Yeah, Canadian beers like moonshine, or Strange Fellows. You can see across their front. Let's go with. They have currently a Bare Feet as the name of their truck. It's bright purple and green. You can see kind of like footprints have been put all up and down it. Not bare like roar, bare like bare feet. Like in the sand. And they're completely ignoring you. Metal music just blaring from their truck. Clearly, this thing is smoking. The hood has been crumpled in and sort of pushed in. Your Vive, is built to deal with grinding through bone lesions. This thing didn't survive nearly as well.
I'm really amazed as somebody who's been to a monster truck rally. I didn't know they had radios installed in those things. I thought they were strictly just the mechanics of a vehicle to do.
The 1980s. It's the 1980s.
These have radios.
These have radios because it's the 1980s.
The story says they have radio.
I'm gonna have to look into Gravedigger's history and see if it ever had a radio in it. But we'll hand wave that.
Well, I can tell you,
Truff,
there's Bigfoot USA-1, which is probably not how they said that. King Kong, Barefoot, like Bear the animal, and the Gravedigger were all in the 80s.
They were, yeah. I love Gravedigger. Truff will see that.
I mean, if you loved him so much, you would know he had a radio.
Yeah, I guess I must have missed that. Truff will know that it's probably not going to be a productive conversation without the music. So just like the college roommate that just doesn't have a clue, he's just going to like try and climb up and just turn the radio off, like just being super happy-go-lucky about it and not realizing he's being a pain in the ass.
Give me a speed check just for this to see how quickly you can get it done. I'm going to say it's a challenge.
I thought it was Lee that had the speed. Oh, no, it was Coke. Sorry.
You know, this is pretty standard. The monster truck, you have to climb up a little bit, but you're trying to get faster than they can react to you. So I'm going to say it's a standard. So 6.
I have climbing gear.
It's a 3. You can use your climbing gear on the monster truck. Just throw a rope up there.
All I have to do is not roll a 2 or a 1.
Yep. 17.
Perfect.
You're fine.
All right, so you manage to get this grappling hook rope up into the front, and you hear, "Hey, dude, what the fuck? You're harshing the vibe, man."
Hey there, guys. I thought it'd be easier to talk if I had this music turned off for just a
Who the
moment.
fuck wants to talk? We're in the PBSO, dude. We're gonna like fucking jam out. We've destroyed our car. It's just gonna be like a whole slog all the way back, and we're gonna punch all the fucking monsters in here.
Yeah, do you know what kinds of things happen to live in the PBSO?
Shit with weird faces.
Yeah, some of the faces of people that have wandered too far off the trails sometimes. Is that a myth or is that real?
That is real.
Well, Truff is trying to like give him a little like ghost story vibes, and he's going to continue with this annoyingly optimistic like. So looks like you guys had a bit of an accident. Unfortunately, we have some paperwork we got to do with that. But also, there are things. I had to kill some things coming down to you guys to see where you are. Monsters, not people, just to clarify. So it sounds really fun to punch them in the face, but these things can kill you pretty fast. In fact, and being that we're in total darkness and you have no tools, it would be like taking candy from a baby.
Half our headlights work, man.
Truff will shatter the other headlight accidentally.
Dude, what the fuck?
It was like that when I got here.
No, it wasn't.
It'll be in the incident report. Don't worry.
But fuck you. All right. These guys are probably going to square up against you. I'm going to say I'm going to require a might check to deal with them. We're not doing damage. You're essentially going to wrestle them to calm them down and prove your might over their might, essentially. Let's do it. So this is going to be a might, because there's 2 of them. It is going to be challenging. To 15.
Okay. So one of my abilities is control the field. So if I spend 1 might point, my melee attack does 1 less point of damage, which I don't care about. But regardless of whether I hit or not, I move my targets into a position I desire.
Oh. All right.
So this sounds like exactly what I need. He's like, oh, we got to go over here, man. Like, I know you're having a good time. Probably have 1 too many. It happens. But we got to go this way.
The breath stinks like beer.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll bring that down to a difficulty 4, so 12 with that ability.
Okay.
And we'll say we're pushing you towards the car.
Cool. And then I'll spend 2 might just to be safe because I'm a paranoid person, and we'll roll for a 9.
Go for it.
How about a 2? Can I convince you to let me have a 2? It's the one thing I'm good at.
So these like dudes, their gear belly just like slam with you in the middle of it. As you like get a concussed sort of sense of self between this. Usually you're okay with the press of flesh because it's your job. This is different. And it's just like 2 space dudes. And then they like high five each other over you while you're stuck between their bellies. And then they're like,
hold on. I don't like, wait a minute. This is too close to something else.
Yeah. And then they like let you down.
We're not in France.
No.
So,
sounds
okay.
like
How does this resolve because I called on my control the field ability where regardless of whether I hit the target,
I'm going to say
maneuver them.
These 2 dudes are going in the opposite direction. You got her 2. They turn and they like take off. What would monster truck people have? They've got like tire irons in their hands. They've got a bunch of glow sticks ready for raving. And they're just like taking off towards the hole that they made with their monster truck after they smashed into the weave.
They carry tire irons with them. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Gotta change those tires somehow.
Really
I
big
was
tire
more
irons.
surprised about the glow sticks for raving.
Yeah, right.
Is that a
too.
Venn diagram? Like in the 80s? Monster Truck and raves?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
I feel like in West Texas,
These
maybe.
two dudes are like screaming and taking off.
Would there be any way for me to try to redeem myself by using my climbing gear in a not incapacitating way, but like if I have a grappling hook, could I not lasso it around someone's ankle and try again to reel them in?
Ooh, all right. I'll give you one chance to catch one of them with this.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to call this one a speed because you got to do it very quickly. And this one
Right.
is going to be a task level 6. This is intimidating and it's an 18.
Okay. That doesn't help at all. I was like, I'm courageous, but that's just intellectual defense. I don't think I have anything to help me here, so we're just gonna... No.
Where'd your luck dice go?
Truff's having a
Where'd it
bad
go?
day.
You left your dice luck up top.
You try to make this last two, and by the time you've got like a decent, you look up and these dudes are gone. You hear just yelling in the distance. You do know, I will say, Truff, these guys are not paying guests. They're technically not registered on this tour.
But they would just be missing bodies from a crash.
I mean, they're technically not even worth the paperwork almost.
Oh, man. There's nothing in my abilities that says I'm a moral person. I'm just really friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You help your
I'll just-
friends, and they did not establish themselves as your friends.
They're not friends. Clearly.
I'll walk back over to the group and then I'll let Harlan and Crystal have a chance.
All right, yeah, go for it. Let's say
I'm
Harlan,
sorry. They
you
did.
managed
They did
to, like,
what to you?
get
Truff?
away from
I'm sorry. What was
spiritual lady.
that?
They're having a good old time. I almost slipped into a Texas accent. Sorry. They're having a good old time. They definitely had something to drink. I could not wrestle them over here. They're gone.
Sound like they tried
went-
to make a truff sandwich out of y'all.
Yes. The smell's going to linger for a long time, I feel like.
Well, I can try to see what I can do. I think I'm almost done with this repair here.
Mhm.
Game Master, how's the
I will
repair
say
coming?
your repair is done. And as you say that, as Harlan kind of wanders over, you've got the teenagers. I'll say Lee is kind of like twitching and coming back. Deborah gets up off the floor and seems to be following Harlan, talking about spiritual and feeling and talking with the pit, and how he's off center. And she's very convinced that he needs help because he's off center, and she's here to help him. Crystal Sarah is back, like
another wife for me.
kind of a little
Apparently.
bit.
I didn't
close
realize
to
I needed
you.
another one.
Hi, hi, Crystal. I like your name tag.
Oh, yep. I got the same one like everyone else has. It's, one of
yours
those
is so
things with
special,
corporations.
though.
They I did add my little stickers on here because, we all
Yes,
got to
so
have our
cute.
pieces of flair. But I'm going to need you to hold tight, like right here. I just predated that
Yeah, I'm
reference.
here
Not
for
even
you.
out yet. We seem to have some inebriated monster truck folks that have got themselves turned around the wrong way. I don't really know how in this you can get, but they did. So you stay right here, and I'm gonna go see what I can do about them.
As you guys are saying that, you hear what sounds like a thump near the top of the Vive. And then a thump again, and you look over and it's further into the darkness of the cavern. Very far from where you are.
Don't look up.
You look up. You only have night vision goggles. You do not see anything. What's the range in those?
100 meters.
100 meters? Okay. So actually,
Crystal's got a hard hat with a headlamp. So if she
that's
looks
smart.
up, then the light goes up. How that there works.
Yeah, that works a little bit better. Truff, you look up and it just looks like gray, or I guess green, and you got little nodules up there. Crystal, you look up and it lights it with color, and you guys recognize macrobiology, which are these sort of circular cells that are the size of baseballs to basketballs, etc. And they've got a bunch of tendrils and coming out of them like sea anemones all the way around, and some of them can like stick out and have little plants coming, or not, little bulbs coming out of them. And usually they're a sign of sort of a healthy area of the flush pit. But as you look up, you realize that this hole that punched in sort of brought in a flood of external sort of sources and things that the PBSO in this cavity had never been affected to. And some of the patches of flesh at the top have started to look white or gray. And the macrobacteria have started to fall off. These are really common down here. You guys know this. These are filled with acid. If something hits you, it is going to burn. And it's also sort of the dinner bell for creatures in here, because it's releasing a bunch of sort of chemicals into the air that a lot of the creatures in the flesh pit eat. You are on
Pheromones?
a timer.
They release pheromones? Is that what you mean?
Not pheromones, but well, it could be what we would consider pheromones, but it's more of a liquid, like the scent of blood to a shark. More is what I'm trying to say.
Well, we got some cutie pies rolling up in here. I do believe that means that it is, Harlan, you got everybody fixed up, needs to be fixed up, because we may need to go pretty soon, because I think when those things come, more things are going to be coming right on their heels.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I fixed all the people that I can fix. I'm going to go inside. Still haven't found the driver.
Did anyone look inside the vehicle? I think Harlan, after Truff asked him to go looking for the driver, would probably go inside and to see if the driver is inside or whatever.
Okay. I would like you guys to roll me. I'm just going to say like a D100. We're going to do a percentile dice. I'm going to say 15 and below, you get smacked with a microbacteria. Again, it's really low odds. These things aren't that large. And I'm going to roll for all your tourists that you still have outside, and everybody is still outside.
Boom got a 47. He did not get hit by macro
bacteria.
Macro bomb is accurate. 50, that's great. All right.
I rolled a 13.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm going to enjoy your next character. That's a lot of D100s.
I was hoping I could get them to go.
Only one of them.
Only one of them got an 8. Okay, so for Melissa and everybody else, as this macrobacteria falls on you, it is going to do 2 to 4. I'm going to say these guys are. I'm just going to do straight 2 damage. It's enough to take out people not in safety equipment, but you are rangers and your clothing and natural park outfits have durability to them. So I'm going to say you guys do 2 damage. And let me see who is going to.
It makes sense because I do have an inability in balance. So balance and grace and hand-eye coordination are all inabilities. So it would make sense I could not dodge this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you see one of the older gentlemen who had been bothering KK about how to open their own flash pit for no reason at all, gets hit by one of these things and he screams and it lands just like on his shoulder and neck. And you see this acid inside these macrobiologies start to eat through him. As park rangers, you know there's nothing you can do. This guy is gone. As it coats in and cuts into his throat and he starts to gurgle and his lungs cough up a little bit and there's blood on his tongue as he spits out and just kind of collapses. it's either passing out from pain or because you know he's not long for this world. The rest of the park guests scream and run for the hatch at the top, the ladder to get to the hatch at the top of the Vive.
Hurry up, get inside, everybody. Get inside, everybody.
Thunk, thunk, thunk.
Harlan's going to go up towards the controls to see what condition they are in. I'm not sure, because I think Crystal was doing repairs, but he said no one went inside, so I want to see if everything's copacetic on the inside.
Who's the last person in?
Probably Truff, because he wants to make sure everyone else is in first and safe and accounted for.
Sure. So, Truff, can you just give me a might? I'm just going to say this is going to be, you're going to have to squeeze in here, as this is too many people for the Vive. You just have to squeeze in like a subway, a Shinkansen in Tokyo during rush hour. So give me a demanding, which is a level 3, so a 9 or higher. Perfect. So with a 20, you easily manage to shove the other gentleman who was asking about refunds, like, just out of the way as he tries to get your attention to talk about money, and you pull down on the hat, closing off the macrobacteria from being able to enter. Can you quickly just give me a 1 int? Just give me an int roll. I'm not going to tell you the level. I just want to see your value. 16. Okay. I will say with that, you hear some weird like scraping sounds on the bottom of the Vive. Just as you're closing the hatch, that sound, that you don't recognize it. And then you guys kind of get in here. Harlan, as you look at the controls, they look fine. It looks like what the park had done is, it's the 4th of July. Everybody's here. Everybody's spending money. You're not sure where the driver is, but you suspect that there was only a driver and not a proper tour guide. Usually these guys are supposed to have a guide and a driver so that they can give the whole demonstration. But if you don't have both, then you can fit more tourists in and get more money. Capitalism is why there's more people. Controls look fine. You think there's no problem there. Crystal, as you get down, I'm going to say you probably notice it somewhere in the middle as you're shoving through all these people and not going immediately to the front. The bathroom door is closed, locked, and it looks like it has occupied across it.
Harlan, did you find that driver?
Nope. I'm just gonna go ahead and get ready for takeoff. So they're an employee. That ain't our problem.
All right. Well, I'm gonna check out the John over here because it looks like somebody might be inside. So maybe
you got
that's
some like
where
you got some flesh juice on you. I'm not sure you noticed. Right here.
It stings like son of a bitch, but problem for 20 minutes from now.
Okay, well, I think maybe just get everyone strapped in. If you want to check that, that's fine. But I'm gonna be taking off here soon. So, yeehaw.
All right, let's see what I can do. So she's gonna go in her tool bags and see what she can do to try to. Well, first she'll just knock on the door. Let's not skip that step.
I'll be out shortly. Don't come in. I'm pooping.
So
roll me just a quick level 4 int check.
All right.
Which is
I am trained if it's a pleasant social interaction, if it is lighthearted or self-deprecating. So I'll be like, ma'am or sir, I can completely understand if you are in the middle of something, but there's a large amount of doo-doo happening outside, so we kind of got to make sure that you're in a seat with a seatbelt on because we're about to depart. It's an 8, so no.
All right, so you kind of
Can I help them?
Yes, you can definitely help them. You're close enough.
Okay. Go ahead and re-roll again, Crystal, with my friendly help.
Yeah.
I'm eager to hear how you're helping me.
Yeah. What does
Sweet talk
this look like?
Individual in the bathroom.
What does this look like?
It's Truff's gonna be like, yeah, actually, the captain has just turned on the fasten your seatbelts light right now because we're getting ready for takeoff, and so we don't want any of that septic fluid to come back up into you.
Oh goodness. Can I do an effort on this?
Yeah. I'm happy.
Okay. I spent the effort.
Yeah.
No, it's yes.
So it
because
was
I spent the effort.
a 4, which
It was a 4,
spent
now
the
it's a
effort,
3,
then it would have
and I
been a
rolled an
3,
11.
and 11 would make it, just barely. All right, good that you spent. So you hear it kind of scratching. You realize there was scratching by the lack of it suddenly as the pen stops, and there's a bit of banging, and then the latch clicks. And a guy, you realize it's a guy, kicks the door, and it folds like a airplane bathroom door folds to the side as he kicks just the right area. His pants are down, but he's sitting, and everything in this bathroom and across his lap is covered in paper that he's writing on, and they're all incident reports.
And so is he dressed like he might be the driver?
He is dressed in an anodyne uniform. There's the symbol on his chest, and he's got like a little driver's cap on, and he kind of like looks wild-eyed at you, and he goes, they didn't listen to the safety briefing. I've got a report for this. I've got to finish the report for the damaged vehicle, the replacement of R&D items.
Can I right up here? Let's. I appreciate that sometimes all our corporate types make us think that you got to do 2 things at once if you're ever going to possibly get everything done. But let's just wrap up the bathroom portion of this, and let's get you. You know what? We are all going to help with all of those incident reports, but we got to get you strapped in so that we can get on up surface head.
There's a little itching at the back of your brain, Crystal, and I need just like an int save, challenge rating 4 again, just to see something.
All right, I'm gonna give it another 2 spin, so it'll be a 3. And I'm gonna roll a 3. So
Truff and you are near Crystal, but you watch as she like is talking about corporate types needing these paperwork filled and looking at the forms. And Crystal, you're like, he's done these forms wrong. You're gonna have to redo them. This is wrong. And you kind of like lean down, grab a mandatory incident report, and you're like, he's spelt this wrong. What is he even doing? He's never going to get his perfect paperwork pen. And you are going to have to spend the next 15 minutes fixing some of this paperwork and writing some forms.
And she's like, I'm just thinking like she is not an attention to detail kind of person, so this is going to be a very weird sensation for her. So Truff, maybe you can be a doll and go let Harlan know that like we've really got to make sure that we got this like paperwork, and I feel like his spelling's going to be bad enough. I mean, this handwriting is going to be like completely out of the lines if we're like driving. So like maybe we can just do a T-minus 15 minutes on this departure, maybe, and we'll get all of this stuff straightened out here.
And Truff, as you hear Crystal say that and you look down at the paperwork now exposed by the open bathroom door, roll me that int 4 save as well, please.
Oh, good God, please pass this. That's a 2. You done rolled a 2.
Listen, like, my life is already derailed enough by corporate paperwork. Can the game not do it to me as well?
The game can not do it to you, but the game has to do it to you when you roll a 2. If you would like,
right?
This is
Truff,
RP optional.
Isn't it so bad? Isn't this just like this is just going to take all of us just to get this. Like, we got to write in the lines, and we got to make sure, like, spelling. It's like it takes a second, but you got to get it right.
Oh yeah, this is definitely not gonna pass the bar here, and it's just gonna cause more paperwork, and then we're gonna have to do resubmit forms, which makes it even worse.
Harlan, we gotta wait like 15 minutes before you take off, right?
Harlan,
we gotta
Ladies
address
and
some of this
gentlemen,
here.
this is your captain speaking, Captain Boone. Welcome aboard. This is nonstop service to the surface. If you can go ahead and make sure your seat belts are fastened, your trays are in their upright and locked position. We're going to be taking off here shortly. Looks like we are first in line for taking off now. Yeah. Yeehaw.
So I need a driving. It feels like a speed check. What's Harlan's like greatest strength?
I mean, his affability and patience with people. No, he's got speed. Sure, he's got that. That is probably his high. I'm pretty like even across the board, but like
Okay.
speed's my highest stat.
Okay. This feels like speed. You're good at vehicles. You're trained in vehicles, so it makes sense then that this would suit you. If you had might higher, I was willing to take that. So we'll call it a speed check. We're going to say it is a as you kind of get ready, that scratching that Truff heard, you now hear it too, right below your feet. And we're going to jump this to a challenge rating 5 drive check as you realize there's definitely a PBSO creature under the car.
Oh dear. Okay. So if it's at 5, so my driving should take it down to a 4. And then let me see. I'll spend 5 speed to bring that down 2 more to a 2.
Okay, lovely. So give me
right.
that roll for a 2, which would make it a 6.
Here we go.
Ooh,
19.
19,
Bam.
beautiful. So with the 19, you rev the engine, the screws that dig through the flesh and bone start to warm up and rotate, and you hear them picking up speed, and you can start to just easily glide across the spongy floor. And you come in.
Please pay attention to the safety demonstrations.
Little
from your flight attendants.
screens come down. Your friends are just on the floor with paperwork around them. And most of the tourists are on seats. Some of what appears to be a teenage girl seems to be trying to wrestle some of the paperwork from Truff and Crystal so she can read it and learn about the PPSO.
No. That one is the trash pile.
I just want to.
Please, no, you can't smudge the ink, or we'll have to write a whole new form, and it takes so long.
Oh, but it's so interesting.
It is, but you can observe from a distance.
And you grind into the dermal tissue, and you start to elevate and go up. And you hear sort of, as you do, whatever is underneath your vehicle seems to be grabbing and pulling, and you can hear what is probably biometal start to like reach as something seems to be clawing along the backside and losing some speed as you get
Let
through.
go. Let go.
Electrify the hole.
Electrify the hole.
I don't believe we have that feature. Sorry to say.
And if you'd failed, I'll tell you, if you'd failed this roll, the abyssal ceopods, which are like these moths without wings that have these elongated human hands, would have been able to get into this vehicle, but you rolled a
Maybe
19.
next time.
Yeah, which is you get a minor positive effect, so I'm giving this to you. You grind away and you manage to get through to one of the next bone lesions. I'm going to say your vehicle starts to grind through the new bone lattice, and you feel several large boulders of some unknown substance sort of bombard at the top of the vehicle. One of them lands in front, and you manage to pull it off into the side, and you come up through sort of making a new hole. This is what this vehicle is built for. The tourists are all like looking left to right through the little bubble windows, like on a
Out
submarine.
your left window, you can see a new bone lesion being grinded down into dust. Out your right window, you can see this metal thingy that's probably going to come eat us if I don't go any faster.
Yeah, pretty much. And you pop out into a space next to the lower, let me just zoom in here, the lower moisture crop, and you see sort of the lower visitor center come into view. And near the bottom of the visitor center, you see a group of 4 Anodyne employees that you recognize from your encounter earlier this day. They seem to be high-fiving, nearly having fixed the communication relay, and are about ready to go home. The creature that you had attached to you has fallen off around when the boulders, you had to go through the boulders of unknown substances. You have an opportunity to do something, or we can just keep going up and out.
I think Harlan wants to do like a skid, you know how like with like in the dirt kind of thing. So he just kind of wants to skid it a little bit, see if he can kind of like throw some stuff on top of them.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah. I'll give this. This is not an easy thing to do with this vehicle. I'm going to say this is a challenge rating 6, but I know that you can immediately reduce it to 5 with your driving ability.
Yeah.
I will happy to have your friends help out here.
Hey, Truff, I'm gonna need your hand up here for a sec.
Your paperwork
finally
is
done with our
okay for
paperwork
the
back
moment,
here?
Truff and Crystal.
Okay, yeah, if I can offer friendly help, which would let you re-roll. I don't think I have anything that reduces the difficulty outright. I can start drawing
I'm
your
gonna burn.
You don't know about that.
I'm going to burn 5 more speed.
Okay.
So I'm going to get it down to a 3
Oh my god. Okay.
with the potential to reroll it. So
Yeah, that's a 9.
Let's see what I got. That's 3s, but Truff is there.
Truff
so I
is
get another
there.
chance.
Truff grabs the
Hey.
wheel,
Yeah,
pulls
come on,
to the
come on,
side.
come on, come on.
Oh, just enough. It's an 11.
I thought it was going to stop on 4.
You guys get this vehicle somehow to start drifting sideways, just tilted a little bit at the angle. All the tourists like lean to the side as it goes, and you get this
Out
layer
your
of
right window, you
dermal
can see a bunch of
flesh.
bitches getting their ass covered with a bunch of flesh.
dermal tissue and new bone lesion gets splattered across these 4 who like look shocked and then look at you guys clearly offended. The communication relay they just fixed tilted to the side. Another hour of work for them as you dig then through the next layer and start sort of winding your way up to the parking lot of the lower visitor center.
When we come to a stop up here, I'm just going to kind of get on the intercom. There's an intercom.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, I know you have many choices for your subcutaneous travel, and I just want to say thank you for choosing ground bone. Yeah! Yeah! Y'all can get out now.
We do the, when you've like a lot of turbulence and like suddenly everyone in the plane is just like giving a round of applause for the landing.
Golf claps. And you managed to usher everybody out. Pamela and Carmen, the mother-daughter from Australia. Deborah, oh, I feel, and Lee, out and maybe into custody a little bit. If you are so inclined, you see Ella with Joel, who was looking for food and water. Ella was the other teenager. Who's like, sir, don't forget, you promised me a tour, sir. Promise me a tour, sir.
Yeah, no worries.
And of the 2 older gentlemen, Tom, who was angling for a refund, is like covered in blood from Rianne, who exploded from the macrobacteria. I can definitely get a refund now. Like, you guys know that this happens often enough that he's not going to get a refund. I didn't sign for that this blood. Definitely, I didn't sign for that. And then Becky, who is holding her arm broken, like, thanks, dude. Where's the medical in this place? And you can tell her which floor to go to get like a full proper treatment and anesthesia. The dirt's great, by the way. You're right.
I told you. Yeah. It's imported. Yep, definitely. Yeah, we get shipments every week.
And you park your Safari vehicle, your Vive, into the area, get out into the staffing area so you can get out yourselves, go through the lounge. That dude who was on break, who's like, yeah, just take whatever spelunking gear you need. Still there. I'm still on break, dudes. Yeah, just keep going. Leaving that area and wandering to the elevator at the top of the lower center. You enter it in the shaft going up to the orifice, and you come out about 8 p.m., 10 p.m., just in time. You get this monster truck in the distance, and the rally is doing backflips, and you can see just metal music blaring in the distance. You see Gravedigger. There you go, Truff. You see Gravedigger just like jamming out and crushing trucks and cars under its wheels, and a fireworks for the 4th of July start behind it, creating this beautiful blanket of just metal, fireworks, and monster trucks. As you guys have finished your very first mission for the Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, the RPG.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So we just left 2 people down there because,
I don't know what you're talking about.
They never paid for a tour. There's no incidents.
We came down there
really
and we found
people?
the incident area was devoid of people while we found where the park guests.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you guys, if you would like, you can.
I was going to tell the guy on break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much for the equipment. Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks.
There were 2 the trucker guys that decided that they needed some alone time, and they decided to wander off in a different direction. So maybe keep your eyes peeled.
Oh yeah, totally. I'll make sure to send a team right away. My shift's ended.
Nah, sounds good.
All right, and so we will start 10 years from now next week. We are going to do a character advancement so you guys can actually get I believe I'm just scrolling to the right part of the book, but I believe you guys get 3 or 4 advancements in your abilities. Let me see here. Try action prototyping.
So we were in 1987, right? So we are going to be in 1997 next time.
You are going to be in 1997. I am going to.
Chris is going to have a new hairdo.
Yes.
We're not doing the big old perm that we were doing in 87. Be something different.
Harlan's going to have a black belt by then.
Oh, 10 years of karate.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are interested, character advancement is on page 95. You are going to be tier 2 now, and you are going to need to, I'm just giving you 30 XP so you can improve yourselves in 3 different ways. The character selects 3 improvements from the 5 listed below. They can be purchased in any order. So yeah, of the 5 below, you can choose 3 of them, and then I'm going to find some fun flesh pit mutations that if you're wanting them, I'll give them to you. If not, you can do what is purification and not take them and be pure human. But
I mean, Crystal got a thingy that got dropped on her, so
yeah, that's true. I
think I'll sign up for one of those.
All right, so we will discuss some sort of mutations for you guys. But for the 3 things that you can choose, you can increase your capabilities, you can move towards perfection in some of your trained skills, get extra effort, get wealth, get skills, and then there's a few other options like reduce wearing armor to kind of make your characters better as you see fit.
Cool.
But also,
the
you'll
effort
get
would be
tier
interesting.
2 of your abilities as well.
The effort would be, you know what? Now that we're talking about character advancement,
Yeah.
I was just thinking about the effort because I think we were at effort level 1 and now we'll be at effort level 2.
All good.
I may take that just for, let's just do that.
Yeah.
Probably be one of the 3.
But yeah, it's I think that that would make sense for Crystal. I'll make sure I'm just gonna take a look at some of the also, if you want to make changes, like if you don't like something about your character, you can do a lemon law and swap in like any of your abilities for another ability or readjust. I'm gonna say you can go back to your baseline and readjust your stat points to better reflect what you think your character would be playing as. And you're getting older, maybe your muscles don't work so well anymore, you know?
What are you talking about? Crystal is now in her 30s. She is golden years.
Golden years.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Boone is somewhere in his 60s, maybe?
Think so.
I think so,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's
10
black
years.
belt.
I was 54.
Mhm.
64.
64.
years
Hey.
old.
64, black belt. Maybe your sensei, Nick, left you a dojo.
I don't know. Maybe.
He's close to retirement age too.
If I had a dojo, though, I don't know if I would be working at BDSO.
It's true. That is true. And you guys are going from junior park employees to just straight park employees. Not quite senior yet. That's tier 3 is senior. Your title
All right.
got better.
Working there.
Yeah. But yes, otherwise, thanks to everyone else for watching our first arc of Tourist Trap. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we're just going to do a few really punchy stories in here, and I hope we all have a good time. Jeff.
All right. So let's do a couple closing plugs and then we'll get on out of here. So first of all, I want to talk about Huckleberry. Our dear friend Steven has been making a game called Huckleberry, a Weird West cinematic action horror. You should check it out, huckleberryrpg.com, or you can find it on Drive Through RPG with the quick draw editions out. You can play the game right now. There's all sorts of stuff in it. He's putting out new updates every month. And sometime later this year up on BackerKit, you can back it. You can get a nice, cool copy of it yourself. So you should definitely take a look. In terms of streaming, we have one more stream guaranteed for this week, and that's going to be Thursday, as you can see us playing through some Swords of the Serpentine. We are off on Friday this week. Saturday, we're kind of up in the air. We're definitely not playing Call of Cthulhu, but we might be doing something else just for funsies. But definitely nothing on Friday night. And we'll be back on Monday with more Time Watch is what we'll be up with. But I think that's it. So let's go ahead and well, first of all, Matt and Hat, thank you for the raid. And we're going to go ahead and carry that forward. We're going to raid someone else. So I'm going to drop it on the end screen, and then we'll raid someone. And you should follow that raid and have a great rest of your night. All right? We'll see y'all later.
Yeehaw.
Game. Thanks for watching.
Yeehaw!